You may not realize it, but your energy has been shifting behind the scenes in ways that are now starting to reflect in your life. While you were resting, perhaps even in a moment of confusion or uncertainty, the universe was busy rearranging the very foundation of your existence. In fact, it's not an accident that you're reading these words at this moment. The divine intelligence has been at work within you, guiding you through subtle changes in your awareness, helping you evolve into the version of yourself that can carry the weight of greater spiritual authority. This shift isn't something that happens all at once or with a loud, dramatic event. It's a quiet and continuous process. You've likely been feeling the weight of a new reality beginning to unfold without being able to put it into words. It's not an unfamiliar feeling, but a feeling that feels strangely new, like your soul is adapting to something much larger than you initially realized. This isn't just a random occurrence. You're stepping into something much bigger. The key to understanding this shift lies in recognizing that your consciousness has been slowly expanding, and as it did, the quantum field began to respond in kind. The universe doesn't need your permission to shift your frequency. It works in response to your internal state, the emotional and energetic patterns you've been holding. When these patterns reach a critical point of alignment, reality itself begins to reorganize around you. The quantum field reacts to this internal coherence by creating the necessary external changes that match the energy you are now broadcasting. And all of this happens before you consciously recognize it. The discomfort and confusion you've been feeling recently are symptoms of this restructuring. It's not that something is wrong. It's you've reached a place of higher frequency, and your energy is now misaligned with the old patterns and experiences that once defined your life. People who once resonated with your energy may now seem distant or even foreign to you. Certain relationships and circumstances that once brought you comfort may now feel hollow or draining. This is because the field is clearing what no longer serves your higher purpose, making space for new energy to flow through you. This isn't a failure or loss, but a recalibration. You've been through an energetic upgrade, and as a result, the frequency you now operate on is incompatible with the old structures of your life. What you're experiencing is the shedding of layers that no longer reflect the person you've become or the life you are now aligned to create. The changes might seem small or even invisible, but they are foundational shifts in how you interact with the world and how the world reflects back to you. The process of transformation often feels destabilizing because you're operating in the space between identities. The old you built on survival and struggle is dissolving. But your new identity, the one rooted in peace, aligned action, and magnetic attraction, is still in the process of solidifying. This in-between space is where most people falter, feeling unsure, lost, or fearful. But this space is also where new things grow. In the absence of certainty, you are being sculpted into the person who can hold the authority and responsibility that the universe is preparing for you. During this transitional phase, the shifts you experience may seem silent to the outside world, yet the universe is working in ways that are unseen. What's happening on a quantum level is a complete restructuring of your personal reality. The old walls that once confined you have been removed, the ceilings that limited you have been raised, and the foundations that couldn't support your new life have been reinforced. And while all of this has happened beneath your conscious awareness, it is exactly as it should be. The process of transformation is delicate. If you were aware of all the details, your ego would try to intervene, and this could disrupt the progress being made. So the universe wisely allows these changes to take place in the background until you're ready to consciously integrate them. As a result of this shift, you may begin to notice some things that used to bring you joy or excitement now feel empty or meaningless. The activities, the people, the places that once defined your reality no longer resonate with you. You may even feel a sense of loss, but that is merely the recalibration of your energy. The universe is editing your reality in real time, removing things that no longer align with who you are becoming. This isn't a negative process, but a necessary one to make room for what is coming next. Now, while this transformation may feel uncomfortable, it is essential for your growth. It's in these moments of discomfort where your true power is born. The key is to understand that your identity isn't meant to remain fixed. You are not meant to stay the same person you were yesterday. You are constantly evolving. Every step forward you take, even in the uncertainty, contributes to the new foundation you're building. The divine isn't asking you to remain static, but to evolve and grow into a person capable of fulfilling your soul's true purpose. The divine doesn't awaken power for the sake of impressing you. It awakens it to stabilize you, to give you the strength and the clarity, to lead with wisdom, to show up in the world with purpose. When you begin to fully understand and accept this truth, you will find that peace becomes more accessible. The struggles you once faced will no longer have the same grip on you. The chaos of life will no longer overwhelm you. Instead, you will be able to move through it with ease, knowing that you are being guided by a force far greater than yourself. Your new reality is not something you chase or force into existence. It is something you step into. As you grow into your new identity, your frequency will attract the opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with this higher state of being. You won't have to chase success or recognition. You won't have to fight to be seen or heard. Instead, your presence will speak volumes. Your energy will attract everything you need, and the people and opportunities you are meant to connect with will come into your life naturally. This is the power of divine alignment. It isn't about force or struggle, it's about flow. It's about trusting the process, even when you don't fully understand it. It's about letting go of the need for control and trusting that the universe is rearranging everything in your favor. What's happening now is not just a personal shift, but a cosmic realignment of your life, and as you learn to surrender to this process, you will find that your path forward becomes clearer and more meaningful than ever before. Your awakening is a sacred process, and it's happening at exactly the right time. The universe is not in a rush. It is moving with precision, and so are you. You have been prepared for this moment. You've been groomed to step into your full potential, and now the world is ready to see you as the powerful being you truly are. Embrace this shift, trust it, and allow yourself to flow with it. The future you've been longing for is not out there somewhere waiting to happen. It's already unfolding within you. Now all you have to do is step into it. The divine has a way of orchestrating the hidden parts of our evolution that we often fail to recognize. For most of your life, you might have thought that your spiritual journey was slow, uneven, or filled with challenges that didn't seem to make sense. But as you reflect now, you'll realize that every single experience, every moment of discomfort, and every step of uncertainty was not just part of the process, it was the process itself. The invisible forces of the universe have been working on your behalf all along, preparing you for this very moment. You've reached a point of inner stability that many seek but few ever achieve. Your soul has been recalibrating in ways that you couldn't have fully understood before. In this quiet, almost imperceptible process, you've shifted from a place of struggle to a place of alignment. You're no longer trying to force things into existence through sheer willpower. You've learned how to simply allow the natural flow of life to guide you, and that surrender, your willingness to stop fighting against the current, has brought you to a place where real spiritual authority can arise. For most people, the path to spiritual awakening is linear. It's filled with teachings, steps, and practices that lead them from one stage to the next. You've spent time in the shadows of uncertainty, not fully knowing what the next step would be, but trusting that you were being led to a place of profound change. The universe didn't just guide you through typical spiritual practices. It put you in situations that stretched you, made you uncomfortable, and asked you to trust when there was no guarantee of success. And every time you chose faith over fear, patience over impatience, you activated a force within you that was already working to elevate your consciousness. This is why you're now seeing the world with different eyes. What once seemed important no longer holds the same significance. People you used to feel drawn to may now feel distant. Activities that once gave you joy may seem meaningless. You may be looking at your life and wondering why certain things feel unfamiliar. These shifts are not signs of a loss, but of growth. You've outgrown old ways of being, old patterns that no longer serve your evolving soul. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, has been clearing away what no longer aligns with your higher purpose. This process isn't always comfortable, but it is necessary for your evolution. As your frequency elevates, so too does your awareness. Your discernment has grown sharper, and you can now walk into rooms and instantly feel the energy of those around you. It's not a gift that makes you superior. It's a heightened sensitivity to the vibrational currents that run through every interaction. You've become more attuned to the subtle shifts in energy, more aware of the energetic patterns that govern your environment. Your consciousness is becoming more refined, more precise, and the angelic realms are beginning to notice. When you tune into your divine purpose and embrace the transformation unfolding within you, you also begin to embody the kind of energy that attracts higher frequencies. This is when real power starts to manifest. However, this power is not like the forceful, controlling energy that many people associate with power. True power is quiet, subtle, and profound. It is the ability to influence reality through presence rather than force. It's the ability to hold space for others to transform without trying to control their process. It's the power to see truth without using it to harm or manipulate others. This kind of power is rare, and it's what the angelic realm protects and supports. What you are experiencing now is not a fluke. You're being entrusted with something far greater than you may realize. Your ability to influence your own reality, as well as the world around you, has reached a level of coherence that now commands attention from forces that operate beyond the physical plane. The spiritual beings who once observed from a distance are now closer, watching how you handle your growing authority. They're watching not for your perfection, but for your resilience, your ability to remain soft yet strong, your ability to maintain inner peace amidst chaos, and your discernment when faced with choices that test your integrity. The lessons you've learned in silence and solitude and in surrender are the very foundations that have built your capacity to hold this power. You've gone through the fire of transformation, and now the time has come for you to emerge as a beacon of light and clarity. But this shift in your energy comes with responsibilities. You've been elevated, but elevation is not just a gift, it's a responsibility. It requires you to remain humble, grounded, and aligned with divine truth. It's about stewardship, not ego gratification. The divine doesn't entrust authority to those who wish to control others. It entrusts it to those who can guide with compassion and integrity. As you begin to embody this new level of power and influence, you'll notice your interactions with others will change. People will start to respond to you differently, not because you're trying to change them, but because your energy is no longer aligned with the frequency of the past. As your energy shifts, the people around you may either resonate with your new frequency or fall away. Those who are aligned with your growth will be drawn to you, and those who are not may no longer fit into your reality. This is not something to fear. It is simply part of the natural process of transformation. Those who resonate with your energy will stay, and those who do not will move on, and that's okay. You'll also begin to notice that your prayers, your intentions, and your thoughts will carry more weight. Not because you're asking for anything more than you already have, but because your energy is now aligned with divine flow. You've stopped trying to manipulate the universe for your own gain, and instead you've learned to trust the process of divine timing. This trust is what allows your energy to become a clear channel. And when you speak, your words will carry a certain resonance that others can feel deeply. At this stage, you might feel a sense of isolation or even loneliness at times, but don't mistake that for a sign of failure. It's simply a byproduct of the deep work you've been doing on yourself. You're not meant to stay in the same old circles or participate in the same old dramas. You're being prepared for a higher calling, one that requires your full presence and alignment. And this often means that your social circle will become smaller, but the connections you have will be more meaningful, more authentic, and more aligned with your divine purpose. The shift you're undergoing now is not one that happens overnight. It's the culmination of all the inner work you've been doing over the years. The countless hours of introspection, of quiet surrender, of enduring when you wanted to give up. All of those moments have led you to this place of power, and now you are being asked to step fully into it. But stepping into this power doesn't mean that you need to control your circumstances or force things into being. It means that you need to trust the process, remain grounded, and allow the divine to work through you. The beauty of this shift is that it's not just about personal growth. It's about collective service. As you evolve into the highest version of yourself, your energy will help others do the same. You're not just a vessel for your own transformation, you are a conduit for the transformation of others. Your growth will ripple out into the collective field, and others will be drawn to the clarity, peace, and wisdom that you carry. Your presence will be a guiding light, showing others the way forward. This is your moment to step into the fullness of who you are. No more waiting, no more wondering if you're ready. You've been prepared for this, and now is the time to act. Let go of the fear and embrace the authority that is yours. Step into your power knowing that you are divinely supported, and that everything you need is already within you. This is your time to shine, to lead, and to help create a world that reflects the highest potential of humanity. You've experienced a shift, and it's subtle, but it's undeniable. You might not fully comprehend what has transpired, but something has transformed within you. It's not simply a change in perspective. It's a reorganization of your internal frequency. This shift is not just something that you've witnessed externally. It's happening within you on a level that transcends logic and the physical realm. And it's this deeper shift that is influencing your reality in ways that may be difficult to articulate, yet profoundly tangible. At this stage of your spiritual journey, there's a deep inner knowing that you've crossed a threshold. This isn't about achieving more or gaining external rewards. It's about reaching a point of alignment where your energy is now aligned with the higher frequencies of your true self, and those frequencies are beginning to reorganize your life. This is why your tolerance for certain things, people, and situations has drastically shifted. What used to be tolerable is no longer something you can stand. The people, environments, and dynamics that once drained you are now impossible to endure. This is recalibration at its core. It's not about being rude or dismissive of others. It's simply that your internal system has become finely tuned to a higher vibration. Just as oil and water do not mix, your energy no longer mixes with anything that does not resonate at the same frequency as your newly upgraded self. And this realignment is not something you consciously forced to happen. It happened naturally as your internal state reached a level of coherence that could no longer support the old patterns you once operated within. For too long, you may have been immersed in situations, relationships, or activities that kept you tethered to a lower vibrational state. These environments often felt draining, but you kept going either out of habit or out of a sense of duty. But now something has shifted. You no longer need to force yourself to accept things that aren't in alignment with your new vibration. The power of this shift lies in the fact that you are no longer a vibrational match to those experiences. You no longer have to try to change things. They are simply falling away because they no longer resonate with who you are becoming. This shift is not just personal growth. It's a cosmic reorganization that is happening within and around you. You've become a match to your own worth and potential in a way you may not have felt before. You've always been worthy, but now your energy is finally resonating with that truth. As a result, Opportunities that once seemed impossible are beginning to open up to you. This isn't because you suddenly became deserving, but because you've always been deserving. The difference now is that your energy has aligned with that truth. You may notice that old patterns are no longer able to hold the same power over you. Relationships that once felt toxic may naturally begin to dissolve without you having to cut anyone off. This process of separation isn't about making harsh decisions or cutting ties. It's about your energy simply no longer matching the frequency of those relationships. As your frequency rises, those dynamics naturally cannot exist in your life anymore. It's a sign of spiritual growth, not an indication of failure. This transformation you're going through is more than just an individual experience. It's part of a much larger cosmic shift that's happening in the world. As you elevate, you're becoming part of a collective shift in consciousness. Your presence alone can now act as a beacon for others who are ready for their own awakening. This is not about pushing others to change or making them see things your way. Instead, it's about living your truth so fully that it becomes an invitation for others to step into their own truth. Your energy is now in alignment with the truth of who you are, and that alignment is powerful. It carries more weight than you might realize, and it's influencing your surroundings in profound ways. However, as you continue to elevate, you may find that resistance intensifies. This resistance is not meant to destroy you, but rather to test whether you will misuse the power that is now within you. When you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency, unconscious systems that thrive on lower vibrations will notice. This is when the true tests come. The question is, will you use your newfound awareness and discernment to serve others, or will you fall into the trap of spiritual ego? The key to navigating this stage is humility and understanding that your purpose is not to prove anything to anyone, but to embody your truth with grace and authenticity. This is where the real work begins. It's no longer about seeking external validation or approval. It's about standing firmly in your own truth and trusting that your presence, your energy, and your embodiment of higher frequencies are all that is needed to influence the world around you. Your power lies not in what you do, but in who you are becoming. It's not in the strategies you deploy, but in the way you resonate with your own truth. And this truth is what will continue to guide you forward. As you move through life, you will begin to see more clearly. You'll notice patterns, energies, and behaviors that were once invisible to you. You'll sense the vibrations of those around you with an accuracy that might surprise you. Your discernment will grow sharper, and your ability to navigate complex situations will improve. But with this gift comes great responsibility. One of the key elements of this responsibility is understanding the importance of boundaries. As you elevate, your energy becomes more powerful, and not everyone will know how to handle that energy. Some people will try to take advantage of your light, while others will naturally gravitate towards you for guidance. It's essential to recognize the difference between those who genuinely need your help and those who seek to drain your energy. Not every request for your time, energy, or attention is one that you need to fulfill. And as you recognize this, you'll find that your circle naturally begins to shrink. This isn't a loss. It's a natural part of the process. You're making space for deeper, more meaningful connections that resonate with the new frequency you've embraced. You might also feel more isolated as you continue on this path, but understand that this is not a sign of failure or abandonment. It is simply the process of recalibrating. You're learning to stand on your own, to trust your inner wisdom, and to align with your higher purpose. This period of solitude is not something to fear. It is a necessary part of your growth. The more you embrace this solitude, the more you will realize that it is within this space that your true power is nurtured. As you continue on this journey, remember that your power comes not from force, but from presence. It is not about forcing things into being or trying to control outcomes. It's about embodying the energy that you want to create in the world. And that energy, when aligned with your true self, can shift your reality in ways that may seem almost magical. But this is not magic. It's the natural law of the universe at work. So as you move forward, remember that your journey is one of continuous alignment, not effort. You no longer have to fight to make things happen. You simply need to remain aligned with your truth and allow the universe to reorganize itself around that alignment. Trust the process, trust the timing, and trust that everything that is meant for you will find its way to you when the time is right. This is the power of living in alignment with your higher self. This is the magic of embodying your truth. You are no longer chasing after life. You are now allowing life to unfold in its most beautiful and expansive form. And as you do, you'll notice that the world around you begins to mirror that same energy, creating a reality that reflects your elevated frequency. When we embark on a spiritual journey, it's easy to get caught up in the idea of achieving something, manifesting results, or attaining enlightenment. However, real transformation often occurs when we shift our focus inward and begin observing how we respond to life's challenges. The first noticeable change is how we handle setbacks. What once would have derailed us for weeks or months seems to roll off our shoulders in a matter of hours or days. This shift doesn't mean problems have become less challenging, but rather it signifies that the foundation of your being has grown stronger. You are now anchored in something far more stable than before, something that can withstand the surface-level storms of life. This change aligns with the spiritual idea of being in the world but not of it. It means that although circumstances still impact you, they no longer define you. You no longer react to life's trials with the same intensity, nor do you let your circumstances dictate your sense of self. This newfound resilience comes from a deep internal shift. You've built a solid foundation, and that foundation has made you less vulnerable to external influences. The second major shift you'll begin to notice is the quality of your attention. You find yourself becoming more focused and less scattered. Unlike before, when you constantly sought external stimulation, you are now able to concentrate for longer periods. You can sit in silence and feel comfortable within it, without the urge to fill the space with noise or distractions. This shift is particularly notable in a world that thrives on constant busyness and distraction. It signals a consolidation of consciousness, a powerful state where your energy is no longer leaking in various directions. You're learning to become more whole, more centered. When consciousness consolidates, it becomes a powerful tool. It's not fragmented, not scattered into 1,000 different ideas and desires. This is a powerful shift, as your attention is no longer constantly pulled by outside forces. It allows you to be fully present in the moment, with all of your energy focused on what truly matters. This kind of focus doesn't just change your internal state, it transforms how you engage with the world around you. The third shift is in your spiritual practices, specifically how you approach prayer or meditation. In the past, your prayers may have felt more like desperate requests, a one-way conversation, or even pleading for things to change. But now your prayer feels more like communion with the divine. It's no longer just you talking. It's a dialogue. You're no longer broadcasting your desires into the ether. Instead, you are receiving. What you receive feels more aligned with your true inner voice, more like a whisper of guidance from within. This shift signifies the opening of a channel where you can communicate freely with divine intelligence. You've begun to access a deeper level of intuition, which is the divine speaking through you, filtered through your unique frequency. Fourth, you may start to notice an increase in synchronicities. These aren't mere coincidences. They are signs of your life aligning with the universal flow. You think of someone and they reach out to you. You need a piece of information and it appears before you. You wonder about something in a conversation, you overhear, answers it. These synchronicities are the universe responding to your internal coherence. They're no longer random occurrences, but deliberate alignments that occur because you're in tune with the energetic frequency around you. The fifth noticeable change is your relationship with time. You begin to notice that you're less obsessed with timelines and there's less anxiety surrounding when things will happen. This isn't because you've stopped caring about your desires or goals, but because you've learned to trust the timing of the universe. Your understanding at a deep cellular level has shifted. You now know that what is meant for you will come to you in divine timing. This shift allows for a sense of peace and relaxation that accelerates manifestation. When you stop trying to control the timing of things, you actually open the flow, allowing opportunities and blessings to manifest naturally. The sixth shift, which is often crucial in spiritual growth, is becoming less reactive to the chaos around you. As your awareness increases, you notice that you no longer get pulled into the drama of others. You can witness their struggles without absorbing their emotional turmoil. This doesn't mean you don't care, but you've learned to care from a place of stability rather than absorbing their energy. This boundary is crucial in maintaining your own energy. It's a sign of growth when you can hold space for others without losing your own center. You're no longer enmeshed in other people's energy. Instead, you can engage with compassion from a place of clarity. These shifts signal that you are more grounded, more aligned, and more in touch with your true purpose. And this brings us to the next important piece of your spiritual journey, the responsibilities that come with this newfound clarity and alignment. As you continue to stabilize your frequency, it's vital to be mindful of the practical steps you take to nurture your spiritual growth and ensure that it aligns with your higher purpose. The first responsibility you face is stillness, not inactivity, but a deep and active stillness that holds space for new things to emerge. You may find yourself in the space between what was and what is becoming. This in-between space can feel empty because the old ways are no longer relevant, yet the new hasn't fully materialized. It's important not to rush this space. Don't fill it with frantic activity or forced decisions. Allow this period of stillness to work its magic. It is in these moments of pause that transformation happens on a deeper energetic level. Next, there's the responsibility of silence, specifically knowing when to be silent about what's still forming. Just as a seed needs time to grow before it can be exposed to the light, so too does your spiritual growth. The early stages of growth are delicate and require protection. Be mindful of who you share your vulnerable new insights with. Not everyone is equipped to nurture the growth of your emerging consciousness. Some might inadvertently project doubt or negativity, which can stunt your progress. Share with trusted guides, but keep the delicate growth of your spirit sheltered until it's strong enough to withstand the world's scrutiny. The third responsibility is discernment with where and how you invest your energy. Your energy is your most valuable resource, and where you direct it will determine the trajectory of your life. So it's time to audit your life. What are you giving attention to because you feel obligated? What relationships are you maintaining out of guilt rather than genuine alignment? Which activities are you participating in because of habit rather than inspiration? It's time to cut the dead weight quietly with clear boundaries and an unwavering sense of purpose. Along with discernment comes the responsibility of humility. As you step into your power, you must do so with profound humility. True power is not about boasting, showing off, or making others feel small. True power is the ability to influence without force, to act with intention, and to hold space for transformation without trying to control the process. The divine power you carry must be held with humility, staying grounded in your humanity while simultaneously honoring your divine potential. Both aspects are true. You are a human being with flaws and limitations, and you are also divine with limitless creative potential. The fifth responsibility is consistency. This journey is ongoing. It's not about reaching a destination, but about continuing the practices that keep you aligned. Whether it's meditation, prayer, nature walks, or creative expression, make time every day for practices that connect you to your source. Spiritual bypassing happens when people use initial awakening experiences as a reason to stop doing the inner work. But awakening isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous process. The practices that helped you get to this point must remain in your life as a maintenance system to keep your frequency stable. Next is the responsibility of compassion for those who are still asleep. As your awareness expands, it's easy to see dysfunction in others, in systems, and in the world around you. But your role isn't to force others into awakening. Everyone is on their own journey, and each person is exactly where they need to be. The most powerful teaching you can offer is your stable presence in the world, not by forcing others to see what you see, but by allowing them to awaken in their own time. The seventh responsibility is trusting divine timing over human urgency. As a human being, you may feel the urge to rush things to make things happen faster. But the universe operates on its own perfect timing. When you trust in that timing, you open yourself up to receiving what you truly need exactly when it is meant to come to you. The key is to trust that everything is unfolding in its right time, even if it doesn't look like you imagined it would. Lastly, take care of your physical vessel. Spiritual growth occurs through the body, not in spite of it. If you're exhausted, undernourished, or overextended, your connection to the divine will become clouded. Rest isn't just for relaxation, it's strategic. Nutrition isn't just about appearance, it's foundational for maintaining your energy. Movement isn't optional, it's essential to clear the channel through which divine energy flows. These responsibilities require practice, humility, and a deep understanding that spiritual growth is not about performing for others, but about steady, authentic growth. You are going to make mistakes. It's a part of the process, part of the growth journey that we all must navigate. You will misread situations, you will act from ego when you thought you were acting from a place of spirit. This is natural. This is human. What truly matters is how quickly you can acknowledge your missteps, how swiftly you can course correct without unnecessary drama, and how well you can extract the lesson without falling into the trap of shame. Perfection was never the goal. Growth was. And growth, real spiritual growth, requires mistakes as feedback. These mistakes help shape and refine you. They are stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. In the course of this evolution, you'll also realize that you're doing this for something much bigger than yourself. Yes, personal happiness and fulfillment may come as a byproduct, but the reason behind this journey runs much deeper. Your soul came here with a specific mission, a purpose that transcends individual desires. Your mission calls you to become as clear, as awake, and as embodied as possible. Everything else, fame, validation, recognition, are mere distractions. They're secondary to the deeper call. Keep your purpose as your guiding star, especially in moments when the path feels confusing. When things get blurry, remind yourself of why you're on this path in the first place. As you journey through this, take a moment now and reflect on the energy you're choosing to embody. One word. That's all you need to drop in the comments below, a word that symbolizes your essence. Your declaration to the quantum field, signaling your readiness and intention for the future you're manifesting. This is your energetic signature. One word can mark the shift. It can serve as a powerful declaration of how you intend to show up moving forward. Now let's bring this full circle and deepen this understanding. It's one thing to grasp spiritual concepts mentally, but true transformation occurs when that understanding integrates into your body and becomes lived wisdom. Information in the mind is nothing unless it sinks into your cells, becoming part of your very being. So let me guide you through this final phase, the phase where heaven has already spoken, but earth has yet to reflect it. This is the sacred space in the manifestation process that many people fail to recognize. It's the space where most people lose faith, thinking that nothing is happening because they can't see the results immediately. But the gap between cause and effect is not a sign of inaction. It's the incubation period where everything is quietly being orchestrated beneath the surface. Think of it like pregnancy. The moment of conception is when the creation begins, but you won't see the manifestation immediately. During that time, doubts arise: is something actually growing? Is it viable? Will it come to fruition? These doubts are normal, but they don't change the process happening beneath the surface. Cells are dividing. The form is developing. The timeline is unfolding exactly as it should. Your manifestation is in the womb right now, and your job isn't to constantly check on it. It's not to worry whether it's developing correctly or to rush the process. Your job is to nourish it, to maintain the frequency that initiated its creation, and to trust the intelligence of the universe that knows how to transform seeds into form without your micromanagement. This is why peace is your most important evidence in this stage. Not excitement, not euphoria, not even optimism. Peace. The peace that you know deep down that what's yours is already on its way, and no external force can stop it. This peace is your felt sense of quantum entanglement with your desired reality. Even if that reality hasn't materialized yet, you are vibrationally connected to it. The universe is bringing it to you in its own perfect timing, and your role is to trust that process without forcing it. This sense of peace protects you from sabotaging your manifestation in this critical stage. Detachment from how it arrives is key. You may know what you want and have a clear vision, but it's important to hold that vision loosely. Allow the universe to deliver what's best for you, even if it looks different from what you initially imagined. Rigidity about how your manifestation should look will only close doors that could lead to even better outcomes. Trust in the form the universe delivers, knowing that it's always for your highest evolution. Also, refrain from comparing your journey to someone else's. Someone else's timeline or breakthrough has no bearing on yours. The universe isn't a race where only a select few get to succeed. There's infinite abundance available for everyone. Every success around you actually expands the field of possibility, proving what's possible. Celebrate others' wins. Let their success inspire you rather than diminish you. Remember, what's coming into your life isn't just for you. It's for the collective. Yes, you will enjoy it, benefit from it, and thrive within it. But the larger purpose is always about how your elevation serves those around you. How your peace creates permission for others to find their peace. How your abundance clears pathways for others to access abundance. How your freedom inspires others to claim their own liberation. You are not separate from the whole. You are part of an interconnected web, and when you rise, you help everything around you rise too. As you move forward, you may feel tempted to rush through the process or push for faster results, but don't. Take the time to fully absorb this shift. Reflect on how you can serve the collective through your own growth. You are a node in the vast web of creation, and the more you stabilize your frequency, the more the world around you will reflect that stabilization. So stay grounded and walk gently through this emerging phase of your life. Here's where we need to get practical. Awareness without action is just spiritual entertainment. Let's take this understanding and apply it to navigate through the next phase without sabotaging what is trying to unfold. First, stillness is your responsibility. But this stillness is not inactivity. It's an active presence. It's holding space without rushing to force anything into being. Right now, you are in the space between what was and what is becoming. It can feel empty because the old is gone, but the new has yet to fully take shape. This is sacred emptiness. Don't fill it prematurely with meaningless tasks. Let the void do its work. This is where true transformation happens. Your second responsibility is silence. Not silence about everything, but silence about what's still in the process of forming. There is a gestation period for every creation, and speaking about it too soon, whether to others or to yourself, can derail the process. This is not about secrecy, but about protecting what is still growing and fragile. Until your vision has strong enough roots to withstand the world's doubt, keep it guarded. Next, discernment is key. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and energy is the currency of manifestation. So take time to assess what and who you're investing your energy in. Are your relationships based on genuine alignment, or are you maintaining them out of obligation? Are the activities you engage in inspired, or are they just habits cutting the dead weight? Isn't about creating drama. It's about silently redirecting your energy toward what truly nourishes you. The fourth responsibility is humility without self-deprecation. As you develop real power, the power to influence through presence, to shift energy, in rooms to speak truth that catalyzes change, you must hold that power with humility. Humility doesn't mean making yourself small or downplaying your achievements. It means staying grounded in both your humanity and your divinity, acknowledging your flaws while honoring your limitless creative potential. Your fifth responsibility is consistency. Spiritual growth is not a one-time event. Whatever practices connect you to your source, continue them. Meditation, prayer, movement, nature, creativity, don't abandon them just because you're feeling good. Spiritual bypassing happens when people use the initial excitement of awakening as an excuse to stop doing the inner work. Keep your practices consistent. They are the maintenance system that keeps your frequency steady. Next comes compassion for those who are still waking up. As your awareness expands, you may see dysfunction in others, and it can be tempting to judge or feel superior. Resist that temptation. Everyone is on their own path, and they are exactly where they need to be for their own evolution. Your job isn't to force them awake, but to stay awake yourself, and in doing so become a living invitation for others to awaken when they are ready. Trust in divine timing over human urgency. You may want things to happen now, but the universe knows exactly when things need to unfold. Trust that timing. Rushing manifestation often results in distorted outcomes, while trusting divine timing ensures that you receive exactly what you need exactly when you need it. Finally, maintain your physical vessel. Your spiritual work happens through your body. If you neglect your health, your energy, your vitality, your channel clouds. Rest is strategic, nutrition is foundational, and movement is essential. Your body is the conduit through which divine energy flows into form. Keep that channel clear. These responsibilities, stillness, silence, discernment, humility, consistency, compassion, trust, and maintaining your physical vessel are key to ensuring that you can fully embody and express the changes that are unfolding in your life.